Alright, the first thing you want to do is take a chunk of clay about the size of a rubber bouncy ball that like you might get out of one of those quarter machines. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
This is kind of big, but about that size. You want to set it aside. Do you guys, are you tracking? This is the minimum amount of clay you're going to need for your coil construction. So you want to make sure you don't use up all your clay on your pot. So that's set aside. That's not for your speaker creature. Now, I have my speaker creature form created. The next thing I need to do is take my plastic bag out. And I did not score, slip, and knit on the inside yet. Now, the slip is there, but you need to score where your seams are on the inside of your pot. Right? This one has already been done, but you're going to score those seams, and then you're going to use a modeling tool. Would you grab a modeling tool for me, Jackson? Sorry, I almost called you the wrong name. And then you want to smooth that out. So, and you're going to do that around the bottom, too. So can you see that? I don't see any seams on the inside.
Show the camera.
Can you see that?
It's really dark, you can't.
Okay. No seams on the inside, guys. So then, once I'm done with that, I want to make sure that I plan for the opening. I need that opening to be in front of where the seam would have been. So I know that this is about 1/4 inch thick, so I'm going to make sure I go more than 1/4 inch, right? About 1/2 inch or so. And then I'm going to just plan in where that's going to go. You guys, I recommend cutting down about halfway on both sides. So I didn't stop it right up here. I went about halfway. It'll be easier to get your phone in there. And if your phone doesn't fit exactly, at least it'll sit in it to work or sit on it to work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everyone tracking there? All right, so I have the inside scored, slipped, and knit. I have my plan for my base. The next thing you need to do is make sure you have your stability objects. Now, if you don't have a plan for anything, you can just take 2 little balls and score, slip, and knit them on the bottom, right, so that this isn't going to roll. And make sure you attach them, planning where the opening for your pot is. Are we tracking there? Mm-hmm. At this point, if this isn't leather hard, mine's leather hard, so it's holding its shape, but if it's not leather hard, what you're going to want to do is put your plastic bag back in. And then your cup back in your plastic bag. And the only reason for this is to hold your shape, right? So it doesn't, as soon as it's leather hard.
My eyeball fell off.
That's all right. As soon as it's leather hard, you don't need that anymore. And at this point, you get to turn it into a creature. So those embellishments that we talked about, eyes, mouth, and 2 additional embellishments, you can stamp it. This is where you get to get creative. I just want to remind you, every single thing you attach, you score, slip, and knit. And I wanted to talk to you about weight. So if I want like an antenna, like something like this, and I want to put like an eyeball on top of it, I need to score, slip, and knit this in place. I need to score, slip, and knit my eyeball to it. But what's going to happen if I let go?
It's just going to fall.
It's not strong enough.
How are you going to do that?
So what you need to do is make your antenna, let it get leather hard. You might have to set it out to the air a day or 2, right? But let it get leather hard, strong enough where it's sturdy, and then you can score, slip, and knit it to your pot, and you can score, slip, and knit it to your eyeball. But the secret is to let it get leather hard. Also, even leather hard, it may not be strong enough, right? So you can't choose something that's really overweight for a small little coil. This would get hard enough, but not much bigger than that. Right? So as you're planning, if I have like arms that I want sticking out of the side of it, and again, we would score, slip, and knit our pieces, it's just going to fall. Right? So I need to let this get created and then let it get leather hard before I attach it. So those of you that are having those problems, that's why. Does anybody have any questions about adding your pieces or what you're turning this into?
No.
All right, it's a work day today. Do you make it?
No, we'll just